Today, I'm going to talk about a science fiction movie called 2067. Be ready for some spoilers. The year is 2067. The Earth has changed a lot. Hurt by climate change, it's now a dry, empty place where plants can't grow. The air we breathe, it's become something special. People need man-made oxygen to survive. Otherwise, they struggle for air. Imagine cities without lights, where almost the whole world is in constant darkness. In all this mess, there's one hopeful spot, a city in Australia. It's still up and running thanks to Chronicorp, the company that makes this artificial oxygen. But this oxygen has a dangerous side effect. A deadly sickness is spreading fast. In this city lives Ethan Whyte, a mechanic by day and a worried husband by night, trying his best to get better oxygen for his sick wife, Xanthi. Ethan and his friend Jude work at Chronicorp, keeping things going. But one day, everything changes. Ethan is called to meet Regina Jackson, the head of particle research at Chronicorp. She tells him something scary. Humans might not survive much longer, but she has a plan, and Ethan is surprisingly a big part of it. Curious, Ethan goes with her to a hidden lab where they have something amazing, a time machine made by Ethan's dad, Dr. Richard Whyte, 20 years ago. Dr. Billy Mitchell, a funny scientist, meets them there. He shows Ethan the machine and tells him about a huge discovery. They've sent radio waves into the future and found a world in 2474 that's full of life and clean air. Now Ethan has to face the fact that he could help create a future where Earth gets better. In a desperate move, scientists are trying to fix a ruined planet by sending messages into the future, hoping to find a solution. But then something unexpected happens. The messages come back changed, with a mysterious command: send Ethan Whyte. Back at the lab, Regina and her team are excited and urgent. They think that hundreds of years from now, people must have figured out how to repair the Earth and stop the diseases they're dealing with now. They're sure that Ethan is the key to getting this knowledge. But Ethan? He's skeptical. He thinks Regina is joke. Plus, he can't think about leaving his wife, who is very sick, even if it might save the world. One night, Ethan and his close friend Jude, who's more like a brother, meet at a diner, breathing expensive artificial oxygen. Over dinner, Jude tries to persuade Ethan to take the chance and be the hero everyone needs. But Ethan laughs it off. He's still upset about his dad, who left 20 years ago, leaving Ethan without a dad, and soon without a mom too. Jude raised him, and now he's asking Ethan to risk everything, just like his dad did. But Jude keeps trying. He tells Ethan it's not just about being a hero, it's about finding a cure that could save his wife. This really gets Ethan thinking. He recalls a weird birthday when he was 8. His dad gave him a box. Inside was a device that clamped onto his wrist and took some blood, a moment that marked him in ways he didn't understand until now. Now Ethan, just a normal guy, has a strange device on his wrist, a gift from his dad, Richard, that he's had for a long time, but still doesn't know why. One day, after some shocking events at work, Ethan comes home and tells everything to his wife, Xanthi. Feeling the seriousness of the situation, she encourages him to take this opportunity. The next morning, Ethan, feeling sad but hopeful, leaves a metal flower next to Xanthi's bed with the words, "I will find my way back to you," on it. He then goes to Regina's office and makes a deal. If he finds a cure in the future, it must save Xanthi first. Regina agrees, and they head to the lab where Dr. Mitchell shows Ethan the special suit he needs to wear to time travel. As they explain his mission, Ethan realizes they're sending him into the unknown. No solid plan, just hope. They give him an AI device named Archie to check his health and help him in unfamiliar places. With fear and resolve, Ethan steps into the time machine and is quickly sent into the future. He lands with a crash in a lush, green jungle, totally different from the empty world he left. His suit, ruined from the rough landing, is thrown away. As he admires the rebirth of nature, Archie leads him to a mysterious bunker. But what really shocks him is what he finds in front of him: a skeleton with a bullet hole in the skull, wearing a name tag with his name. At that moment, Ethan is faced with a scary thought. The skeleton might be his. Here, Ethan finds something scary near the strange bunker. The skeleton he saw has a device just like his, named Archie. Curious and worried, Ethan listens to the last recording on the device. A voice says, "This is the only way." Then there's a gunshot sound, and then nothing as the device turns off. Ethan is scared, thinking this could show what might happen to him. He looks closer and notices another strange thing. The skeleton's wrist device lights up green, while his has always been red. That night, under the odd stars of the future, Ethan makes a fire and accidentally eats poisonous berries. The berries make him very sick, and he passes out. When Ethan wakes up, he's surprised to see Jude there with him. It turns out, back at the lab, they noticed his health was getting worse and thought he might be poisoned. They sent Jude forward in time with a cure, just in time to save him. But seeing his own dead body confirms a scary truth. His fate might not change despite their attempts. Determined to find out more, Ethan and Jude use Archie to find another door. A device scans Ethan's eye and lets them in. Inside, a screen asks him for a DNA sample. Ethan agrees, and his wrist device activates, taking some blood. This time, his device turns green. The lights turn on, and they see they are inside Chronicorp's lab, but 407 years in the future. The time machine, their possible way back, is right there. Jude is hopeful about their chance to go back, but Ethan isn't sure. He thinks the loop isn't broken. The future still shows his death. Ethan is studying a holographic recording made by his dad in the distant future. His dad explains that the time machine was made to check the oxygen levels in future Earth and send this information back to their time. Interestingly, his dad also got a mysterious message telling him to send his son, Ethan, into the future, leading to a setup for DNA checking specifically for Ethan. However, as Ethan and Jude explore more, they find out a big problem. The time machine's battery is almost dead after 407 years, and they can't use it to return home. To make things worse, starting the lab has accidentally set off a problem in its nuclear power core, starting a countdown to a possible nuclear explosion. They have only 4 hours before it could blow up. In a rush against time, they go outside and see a city taken over by nature, with no people around, just their bones. It's a sad reminder that the Earth is slowly recovering from human damage. Desperate to see something from the past, Ethan goes to where his wife's house used to be, only to find her bones, which makes him very sad. Jude tries to help Ethan, urging him to return to the past as it becomes clear there is no cure for the sickness even in this future. But Ethan gets suspicious when he listens to the recording from Archie and hears Jude's voice as the one who fired the gun. When confronted, Jude strongly denies it, holding a gun. Stuck between feeling betrayed and the need to focus on their goal, Ethan decides to concentrate on the mission. Together, they manage to fix the power core and avoid the nuclear danger. The fixed time machine, now called the Chronicle, is ready to take Ethan and Jude back to 2067. They just need to wait for 37 minutes until the portal can start. As they wait, the tension grows, but Ethan sees something worrying. His own bones are still behind a door, hinting that their efforts might not have changed the future. Wanting to find out more, Ethan takes the battery from his modern Archie device and puts it into the old rusty one. This simple move shows another video that confirms his biggest worry. His future self will indeed be killed by Jude. Facing this truth, Jude admits that changing the future might be impossible and says his actions were meant to protect Ethan. Unable to trust Jude, Ethan locks him in a room and looks for answers in his father's last holographic message. The message shows an important talk between Chronicorp's boss, Regina Jackson, and his dad. It turns out Ethan's dad wanted to use the time machine to find a cure and save people. However, Regina had a different idea. She wanted to escape Earth with a few chosen people. Faced with this betrayal, Ethan's dad took big steps to keep the time machine safe from the wrong hands. He locked it and made Ethan's DNA the key to use it. In a moment of anger about this decision, Regina killed Ethan's dad and then told Jude to kill Ethan's mom and protect Ethan, making sure they could one day use his wrist device to access the future. Here, Ethan finds out that Jude, who he thought of as a brother, is the one who killed his mother, and now plans to kill him too. This news breaks Ethan's old belief that his dad had selfishly left their family. Instead, Ethan understands that his dad was trying to protect them from a big scheme led by Regina, the boss of Chronicorp, who wants to escape a dying Earth with a few chosen people. Knowing the truth, Ethan tries to stop the time machine to ruin Regina's plans. But Jude, torn between his orders to make Ethan help and then kill him after fixing a big power issue, faces Ethan. Over the years, even with his dark secrets, Jude has come to really care for Ethan, seeing him as more than just a task. Struggling with guilt and mixed feelings, Jude can't bring himself to hurt Ethan and instead ends his own life in a sad turn of events. Angry and with a new purpose, Ethan decides to fulfill his dad's last wish, to find a cure for the dying world. Looking at the monitor, he sees that the mysterious message, "Send Ethan Whyte," was actually written by himself in a strange twist of events. He decides to send this message again to the past, hoping to fix what was once wrong. Meanwhile, back in 2067, Regina and her group of important people are waiting for the time machine to start, thinking Ethan will help their plan. But instead of Ethan, the time machine brings back lots of extinct plants and a recording of Ethan's dad being killed, showing Regina's bad plans. In a final move of resistance, Ethan destroys the time machine, stopping Regina's escape plans and leaving her and her group stuck in a failing world. This move not only stops the escape of the privileged few, but also sends a strong message to the past. Here, the boss is caught for the murder shown in the recording sent back in time. The plants Ethan sent from the future to 2067 begin to grow, helping to bring the planet back to life. Meanwhile, Ethan's wife gets one of the flowers he sent back. This shows her the sacrifices he made. Ethan, now by himself in the future, takes time to bury Jude and forgives him, finding peace in the chaos. While he is thinking, a butterfly catches his eye and leads him back to the same entrance he's visited before. To his surprise and happiness, he finds that the remains of his future self are no longer there. His heart fills with hope as he steps outside to see a completely new world, a bright green city, has taken the place of the ruins he once knew. This new scene confirms that Ethan's brave choices have changed the future of humanity, leading it towards a better, sustainable future. His story shows how powerful one person's decisions can be, and their impact on the world. This was a recap of the movie 2067. Thank you for following this story. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.